Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to May Flows. So today we're doing hip extension level 1. So for today's class, you're going to need 2 yoga blocks and either gliders like we used in hip flexion or a blanket or a towel, but something that can slide across a hard surface. So a description of hip extension, which is the opposite of hip flexion. So in hip flexion, with my anterior pelvic tilt, I close the angle between my thighs and my chest, right? So notice how as I come closer and closer, the angle gets shorter and shorter and shorter. So hip extension is lengthening the angle between my chest and my legs. So if I were to curl the crown of my head towards my heels, okay, I retract the shoulders and my glutes are the base, okay? They're the frame of this movement because they connect my legs and my torso, allowing me to get into that deep hip extension, okay? It's the center of the fulcrum if you think of it as balance. So as I engage my glutes towards the ceiling and open up my torso, the deeper it's going to allow me to come into hip extension, okay? Noticing that angle increases as I come through, okay? So to start, we're going to break up the strength portion. So the strength portion is SISSY squats, and then our active static stretching is hip extension. So SISSY squats is a hip extension squat. So we're going to break it up into the bottom part and the top part of the SISSY squat. So the bottom part is going to be knee extensions and the top part is leg extensions. So for level 1, we're going to work on our calf and toe strength to be able to be secure in the bottom of the SISSY squat. So we're going to do heel raises. So go ahead and space your feet a little more than normal in your mountain pose. So I would say for me, it's almost directly hip width. So what you're going to do is you're going to come into your mountain pose, okay? So drag through the heels, pull them down and back to activate the hamstrings, engage the quads to lock in the knees, pressing the glutes forward, curling the pelvis for that posterior pelvic tilt, core compression, shoulder depression. So locking this movement, what I want you to do is press through the ball of each foot to come up. And we're going to come back down, okay? So we're just working on that ball of foot strength pressing through. So let's go ahead and we're going to do a set of 8. So inhale, find your mountain. Exhale, press on top of the tippy toes, all the foot. Inhale, come down. Exhale, press. Inhale, come down. Exhale, press through. Come down. Tippy toes, flat foot, halfway there, 4 more. Okay, find your mountain. Exhale, press through. Inhale, come down. For 3, 2, 1, we're gonna hold for 6, 5, 4, keep your glutes active, 3, core is tight, 1, shoulder depression, come down. Awesome job, guys. So this is all going to make sense as we progress and build through. So let's go ahead and come in our seated position with our blocks. And now we're going to work on knee extension. So using the strength of our hip extension to extend the knee towards the mat. So I'm going to have my blocks on medium here. And what you're going to do is you're going to bring this left heel, engage it towards the left glute. And this right foot is going to stay extended for support. So we did a moderation of this in the warm-up, but this is going to be a bit different. So have the blocks about medium length at the hips. And now what you're going to do is you're going to press through the blocks, right? And now as you come onto your tippy toes, you're going to press the knee towards the ground. And the difference here is I'm not resting my glutes on my heel, okay? I'm not just using that weight on my heel. I'm using my glute strength to press my hips up towards the ceiling to come into hip extension. So as I come through, my glutes lift high as I press, okay? So this is more what I'm looking for. Inhale, come down. Okay, let's do a set of 5. Ready? Inhale, get in your position. Exhale, press through the tiptoes, driving the knee towards the mat. Engage both glutes coming into that hip extension where the hips are lifting towards the ceiling. Inhale, come back. For 4. Exhale, press. Feel that difference, okay? This is resting, active hip extension. Come down. 3 more. Exhale, knee goes towards the mat. Both glutes engage, pressing the hips high. Come down. Beautiful job, guys. Follow your breath for 2. Exhale, press. Inhale, come down. Exhale. Inhale, come down. Okay, let's go ahead. Same cues. We're going to switch sides. Right leg is up to bat, bringing the heel towards the glute. Go ahead and bring the blocks on the side, coming on that heel, okay? It's gonna slide with the movement. We're gonna come up. Inhale, exhale, come on the tiptoes, press the knee towards your mat, okay? Glutes are not resting on the heel, but I'm activating my glutes to come into that hip extension where they're pressing towards the ceiling. Inhale, come down. 4 more. Exhale, press through. Inhale, come back. Exhale, press. Glutes are super active here. Inhale, come down. Exhale, press through, guys. Stay strong. Hips towards the ceiling. Full activation here. Inhale, come down. Last one. Drive through the tiptoes. Knee comes towards the mat. Glutes are active, pressing the hips up towards the ceiling for that full extension. Inhale, come down and relax. Super awesome job, guys. So now for the top of the SISSY squat, we're going to practice leg extensions. So that was knee extension variation, and this is a leg extension variation. So you're gonna come kind of like the swan pose in the warm up. You're gonna bring the big toes together and splay the knees open to where, they're comfortable. For me, it's right at the edge of the mat, so that's just kind of lucky. So having the knees there, what you're gonna do is we're in a stacked mountain pose, except with the knees splayed open and grounded. So you're pressing the top of the feet away from the mat, okay, to activate the legs here. And now activate the quads to lock in the knees. Find your posterior pelvic tilt, okay? This was neutral. This is posterior. Glutes active, force compressed, shoulders are depressed. So now from here, we're not coming quite into hip extension yet in these leg extensions, but we're gonna keep our mountain pose locked as we bring the spine back, but our kinetic chain is staying in that locked position as we come back. So I'm going to inhale, take a breath, go through my cues, pressing away from the mat, quads active, posterior pelvic tilt, core compression, shoulder depression. I'm going to come back and lean, okay, from here. And then the top of the feet are staying active and my glutes. Remember, the glutes are the base. So from here, we're going to press back up. Let's go for 6 on this, okay? Inhale, mountain, exhale, come down. Keep the kinetic chain locked, especially the top of the feet pressing away. Exhale, press through. Inhale, come in. Drop. Exhale, press. All right. So remember, top of the feet, quads, glutes, core, shoulders, all active here. Inhale, come back. Exhale, press back up into that knee mountain. I kind of made that up. I think it works. Come down. Inhale. Exhale, press. We're going for 2 more. Inhale, keep the chain strong. Maybe you find a bit more depth on this one. Exhale, press. Maybe you're fatiguing and we're just going to do kind of a partial one here. So you're going to come down here, hold, exhale, press through. Beautiful job, guys. So now we're going to work on those. We did these in hip flexion, but the bridge extensions. So this is where you can use your blanket or the gliders. I'll show you both. So we're going to come into that and then we'll jump into our active static stretching. So for this first variation, you're not going to need the gliders or towels, but I'll show you how that works in. So we're gonna come into our bridge. So bring the heels towards the glutes, okay? You're gonna roll the spine flat on the mat. And then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna come into our bridge extensions, and then we're gonna progress from here. So we did this in hip flexion, but this is a really good pose to feel strong and secure in as you build strength in hip flexion and extension. So my core is compressed, and then from here I'm gonna roll my shoulder blades into retraction, right? So if you were to have a pencil in between your shoulder blades, you're squeezing that pencil with your retraction. Okay, so now from here, what we're gonna do is as I exhale, I drive my heels down into the earth and up towards my crown, right? So I'm pulling with my heels. Okay, I activate my glutes, pressing the hips towards the ceiling, core is compressed, shoulders is depressed and retracted. Okay? Inhale, you're gonna tuck the chin. From each vertebrae, starting from the top, you're gonna roll down. Exhale, heels, quads, glutes, core, shoulders. Inhale, roll down. Let's go for 4 more. Exhale, press, hands can be grounded. Inhale, locked. If you want, you can bring the hands above head. We'll do 3 for that. Exhale, press. Inhale, drop. Maybe you just want to do 1 hand. Exhale, press to the heels, quads, glutes, core, shoulders. Inhale, roll down. Let's switch. Last one. Press through the heels. Quads are active, glutes, core, shoulder retraction. Inhale, roll the spine down. Awesome. So this is where you're going to need your gliders or your towel. Since I did the gliders and hip flexion, I'm going to show you guys what it looks like with a towel. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back into that bridge position, okay? Bringing my heels towards my glutes. Okay? Roll the shoulders into retraction, squeezing that pencil. And now you're going to press up to your bridge, right? Driving through the heels, down and back. Hip extension, active glutes, core is compressed. And now, as we inhale, we're going to extend the right foot. Here, exhale, squeeze back. And let's go for 8. Inhale, extend. Exhale, squeeze. For 6, make sure your glutes are locked in that hip extension, okay? Protecting your spine. 5, 4, shoulders retracted, core is tight. 3, 2, 1. Tuck the chin, rolling from the top of the spine. Let's go ahead and switch. I'm going to use a glider on this side. Let's find our bridge pose. And press through the heels. Okay. Quads are active. Glutes are active. Core is compressed. Shoulders retracted. Depressed. And let's go ahead and we're going to extend. Inhale, pull. Squeezing. Remember, both glutes are active to stay in that hip flexion. And we're going to go for 5. Heels are active. 4. Core is tight. 3. Don't forget to breathe. 2 more. Last one, guys. Hold and squeeze back up. Tuck the chin. Slowly roll the top of the spine. Each vertebrae down to the sacrum. And go ahead and relax. Good, guys. So now we're going to jump into our flexibility, and we're going to start to building our way into upward facing dog. So we're going to start with just very simple, very basic, a little baby cobra, okay? Although they do have the strongest venom, or maybe they just don't know how to use it. I think that's it. But anyway, so what you're going to do is as you come down, you're going to have your hands planted right next to your chest, okay? So My abs are grounded, my hips are grounded, and my thighs are grounded. So what you're gonna practice here is curling that crown of the head back towards the heels, right? And I'm gonna be using my palms to press through a little bit to open up my chest to find a little bit of support there. So, cues. As you inhale, you're gonna lift the chin, curling the crown of the head behind you. Your shoulders are gonna come into depression and a retraction as you push. Okay? So keep the abdominal grounded as you come in. Exhale, tuck the chin and come down. Okay? We're gonna go for 3 more. Inhale, crown of the head curls, lift the chin. Press away from the mat. Shoulders come into retraction and depression. Exhale, come down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, come down. Last one, guys. Strong breath. Breathe in. Crown curls. Chin lifts, pressing away into depression, retraction. Exhale, come down. Good. You can go ahead and shake the hips side to side here. We're going to reset. Okay. So now I would like you to come onto your forearms and we're going to come into more of an adult cobra. We're not babies anymore now. So what's going to happen is it's the exact same thing as a baby cobra, but now I'm using more of my elbows and my arm strength to find a bit more depth. So this time we're going to curl the abdominals off the mat. So elbows are grounded, okay? Thighs and pelvis are grounded. And now as I inhale, curl the crown of the head towards your toes, towards the heels, okay? Lift the chin. My shoulders, as I press away from the mat through my elbows, come into retraction and depression. And then you can even press through the palms to curl the abdominal off the mat. Exhale, come back down on the elbows. Okay, we're gonna go for 3 on this one as well. Inhale, curl the crown of the head, lift the chin, shoulders retract, depress, breath through the palms. Exhale, come down. For 2, inhale, lift the chin, retract, depress, press through the palms, lift the abs. Exhale, come down, take a shortcut. Last one, guys. Inhale, curl the crown, lift the chin, retract those shoulders. Okay, squeeze that pencil, depress the shoulders, press through the palms, peel the abdominal off the mat. Core is active. Okay, now we're not cobras anymore. We're gonna become dogs. So for our full upward facing dog, now we're gonna activate the hips and the thighs off the ground. Okay, so in baby, we lifted the chest. In regular cobra, we lifted the abs. Now we're gonna lift the pelvis and the thighs. So my hand position is gonna come back right next to my chest. And we're gonna have straight arms. And then I'm pressing the top of my feet away from the mat. But the scapular position is the same, right? So as I lengthen my arms, I'm coming in to that external rotation and that retraction and depression of the scapula to find depth in my back bend. So let's go ahead and start in the neutral spine. Okay? And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna press through the top of the feet, okay, where I'm lifted. And now from here, drop the hips, core is active. I'm gonna externally rotate my arms, okay? So curl the crown of the head behind you towards your heels. Lift the chin. Scapula's retracted to press away from the mat, finding that external rotation. Core is tight, glutes are active. The top of the feet are pressing away from the mat where my thighs are lifted. Okay, if it's too much on the chin, you can just kind of have the chin neutral and then practice that press back. Then when you're more comfortable, okay, we're gonna drop the knees, come back into that centered spine. So we're gonna do this one more time. Feet together, knees together. Okay, lean forward, shoulders above wrist. Come on top of the feet. Okay, engage the core and pelvis. Drop the hips. Curl the crown of the head towards the heels. Lift the chin. Shoulders retracted to press. External rotation as the elbows are straight. Core is tight. Glutes are tight. Quads are tight. Feet pressing away from the back. Drop the knees. Slowly come back. Good job, guys. So we're gonna do a little bit of accessory work, and then we're gonna move on. So we're gonna come into locust and Supermans. So in our locust, we're gonna come back down where my pelvis is grounded, my abs are grounded, and the top of my thighs are grounded. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring my hands to the side and I'm gonna ground my palms. Okay, go ahead and ground the forehead. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna come into a grounded locust. So as I inhale, I lift my chin, okay, retract and depress my shoulders, tighten my core, tighten my glutes, and we're gonna lift my legs, okay? So I'm pressing away from the ground as you lift the legs. You can use blocks here if you want a bit extra support. And we're gonna come up, we're gonna hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, slowly relax as you come back down. Okay? We're gonna do 2 more rounds. This time you're gonna lift each hand as we come up, okay? So ground the palms, inhale, curl the crown of the head, lift the chin, okay? Retract and press the shoulders, activate your core, activate the glutes, press the top of the foot away from the mat. We're gonna lift our left hand for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, come down. 1 Ujjayi breath here. Steady your heart. Feel the diaphragm. Exhale, relax the body. Inhale, lift the chin, depress, retract the shoulders, lift up, hands grounded. We're gonna lift the right hand for 5, 4, 3, bouncing on the abs and the pelvis. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, come down. Now we're gonna come for 4, guys. We're gonna lift both hands. You can just keep the hands grounded or alternate if that's most comfortable. Let's take 2 Ujjayi breaths here, in and out through the nose. Relax your jaw, feel your muscles, feel your heart. Feel the oxygen pass through the body. 1 more. You guys are doing great. We're wrapping it up here. Here we go. Inhale, curl the crown, lift the chin, retract to press the shoulders, core tight, glutes tight, hands come up. We're gonna go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, relax. Alright guys, this is gonna be an extra credit set. So we're gonna go from Supermans to locust. So as I come into my locust, okay, I'm gonna bring my arms forward, tuck the chin, inhale, lift like so. Okay, let's do a set of 5. Okay, inhale, come up to your locust. Okay, exhale, Superman, tuck the chin. Inhale, locust. 1. Exhale. 2. Exhale. 3. Elevate the shoulders here. Depress them. They stay retracted. Last one, guys. Exhale. Inhale. Stay strong. Exhale. Relax. Let's come out. Beautiful job, guys. That upward facing dog, we're eventually going to work up that to another peak pose. Right now, we're going to work on our camel, which is another back bend. Also, a side note, so there's 8 flows and 4 pairs. So if you were to do hip extension and then after this do a hip flexion flow, your hips are going to feel a lot more balanced after that. So it's a good idea to kind of superset, maybe like 2 level 1s, you get better 2 level 2s. So let's go ahead and find our camel. So I'm going to come on my knees. I'm going to tuck my toes like so. Okay, more toe work. And now this is where we're really going to build strength in our hip extension. Okay, so let's go ahead and find a mountain pose starting from our knees. Okay, pressing my knees away from the mat, posterior pelvic tilt, core compression, shoulder depression. So I'm going to bring my hands, and I'm going to wrap them around my sacrum to protect my sacrum. Okay, we're going to cover 2 variations in level 1 today. So now, as I inhale, once again, I'm curling the crown towards my heels, okay, lifting the chin to open the throat, and I'm retracting and depressing my shoulders. Core is tight, and then my glutes are active, coming into hip extension, pressing my hips up towards the ceiling, quads are active. Okay, so let's do set of 3 with the hold. Okay, so hands come in, we're in our mountain, inhale, break the mountain, curl the crown, lift the chin, retract, depress the shoulders. Okay, press the hips towards the ceiling. Find your depth that's comfortable. Go slow. I'm gonna go a little bit deeper, but I want you to feel your body and just feel where that sweet spot is. Activate the muscle. Slowly come up. So we're inhale. Exhale. Squeeze the glutes and core. Shoulders are locked in that retraction. Now they come into retraction and in our mountain pose. Okay, 2 more. Curl the crown, lift, retract, depress, core is tight, glutes strong, active, coming into hip extension. Exhale, come up. Okay, find your mountain pose through the knees and your camel. Inhale, same cues, go through. Glutes are our base here, remember, they're the center of our fulcrum here. Exhale, squeeze, come back up. Now we're gonna go for a hold, last one guys, wherever you're comfortable. Inhale, curl. We're gonna hold. 2, 1, squeeze. Come back up to the mountain. Cool guys, this is our last back bend hip extension pose, I promise. So we're gonna come into a wheel variation. Okay, that's gonna be the peak pose for this one. So we're gonna start in our bridge, and we're gonna work on the hand position to open up the upper chest. So once again, we're coming into that bridge, bringing the heels towards the glutes. All right, so driving through the heels, down and back. Quads are active. I'm pressing my hips up towards the ceiling for that strong hip extension. Core is compressed. Go ahead, roll the shoulder blades together into retraction. So now, what I want you to do is I want you to bring the fingertips where they're facing towards your shoulder blade, and then my elbows are flaring out. It's pressing towards the sky. So in order to do this, you need to have the wrist flexibility where your palm is grounded, okay? So I'm bringing my fingertips as close to my shoulder blades as possible, pointing towards the back wall, okay? Palms grounded, elbows are facing towards the sky. So what I want you to do here is with this hand position, keep locked in that bridge position, hip extension, right? So heels, quads, glutes, core. And so now what I want you to practice doing is press away from the mat, okay? And then press your hips up towards the ceiling and then up towards this wall. So we're working on using our arms to press through, okay? So press through the palms as you press through the heels, okay? And we're gonna come like this. I'm gonna hold for 8. Glutes should be pretty much on fire. Triceps too, pressing away. 6, 5, 4, 3. Pressing the knees above the ankles. 2, 1. Inhale, tuck the chin. You can roll the fingertips up, roll the vertebrae down. And we're gonna end class there today, guys. So thank you so much for watching. Like I said, that was a lot of work in one direction. So go ahead and do hip flexion flow after this, guys. Have a beautiful day. Thank you for being here, being with Nate Flows and supporting me. Much love. Namaste.